Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Good morning. Good morning, J is for Justicers, loungers, whatever. Good morning and welcome back, Angie B. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see Angie B in chat this morning. It's good to see you all in chat this morning. I have to say that I am just waking up today. I had a rough night of sleep, so I might be sounding a little bit groggy this morning, but I've got my coffee. I hope you guys do too. I'm using my coffee cup that Shell got me. It says, I'd punch a bitch for you. Right in the throat. It says that too. And I think she would. I think she might do that. Hi, Cheryl. I think Shell just might do that. Shell's probably not here yet. But good morning. Good morning to everybody. Hello, Mike Sanner. Make yourselves known up in this chat room. Make yourselves known. We're going to be talking about little Harmony Montgomery, which is a really sad story. But we have more information. We have new information, rather. They have unsealed Adam Montgomery's arrest affidavit. Good morning, Tough Tiff. How is my girl today? Just Jenna, y'all. Hey, Melissa B. Hey, Just Mikes and Mike C. Emily Narb. Hello, Crazy Acres. I was stuck in the doctor's office yesterday for hours. They forgot I was in the room. I was pissed. Oh, man. Angie B., that would be the worst. Like, doctor's offices, they leave you in that room forever. What did you do? Did you finally just get up and go, hello, I'm in here. What the heck? Oh, I would have been so mad at that. I hate going to the doctors. Yes, Mama's Gonna Flip says hit that like button, y'all. Please do. Please do. Denise Arnold, good morning to you. I hope you have a beautiful day. It's a beautiful morning in Florida. It is humid as all get out, though. It's so freaking humid. Kitty Cat. Oh, Kitty Cat Claus. Hello, Kitty Cat. Haven't seen you in forever. I love when you stop in. It means I can always play my Andra kitty soundbite. Hey, Aries. Hey, Britt. I see everybody shares your sentiments, Angie. Tough Tiff says, on behalf of all of us medical professionals, we apologize. You guys crack me up. But all right, let's talk about Harmony. Well, first, let's talk about Patreon, because tomorrow's our Patreon Live. So tomorrow, we're going to be going live, and we're going to be talking about this Corey Richins chick. And we're going to be going over her bail hearing. Have you guys seen this? I'm not a fan of her lawyer. I don't know, man. I think that there's a lot going on there. I think there's they're using initials. They're using like accomplice 1, accomplice 2. They won't even name this Corey's best friend. It's like drugs all over it. Like, I think this lady's probably going to get life, and they're probably going to try to bust all these drug dealers that they're using their initials. CL, freaking accomplice 1, accomplice 2, and then it's all cryptic. Like, the cops on the stand, they're like, do you know Corey's best friend? Did you talk to her best friend? It's like, when in court is someone gone by best friend and it been like on the record? Like, who's the best friend? She could have 5 best friends. How do we know what best friend we're talking about? It was just the weirdest hearing. Angie says, I opened the door and said, I've been in here waiting forever. Within 2 seconds, the doctor came in. I said, let me save you the time. No to everything you ask. And yes, I'll do blood work. Angie, you crack me up. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen any of this, but we're going to be going over it tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. in the Patreon. And we're going to be talking through this because there's a lot going on there. I've never seen a bail hearing where they won't name anyone. They won't name anybody. And then there's a fentanyl death. And it's like, are they trying to catch the people with the fentanyl versus her? You know, I mean, they got her for the guy dying, but like, there's a lot more going on there, I feel like. What's up, speculation? So we're going to be going over that. If you'd like to join the Patreon, then mods can put the link up in chat. We're having fun over there. And our first live was really small. It was like 4 people. And then our second one was double that. So hopefully tomorrow we can triple our first night. I know it's a lot to get used to. I know it's something new. But if you do join and you have any questions, feel free to email the team. If you can't find the live or you can't find the link or you don't know what to do, feel free to reach out to us in email and we will walk you through it if you are confused about anything. Because we have a lot of members in there who haven't taken advantage of the lives. So I want to make sure that everybody's getting their benefits over in the Patreon. So if you have any questions, let us know. Let's get into today's stream. We're talking about Harmony Montgomery and Adam Montgomery. This is a sad case. Okay, so Harmony Montgomery was missing for like 2 years before anyone noticed. She was 4 years old when her dad got custody of her. And her dad is Adam Montgomery. And this is in New Hampshire. So 9 months later, she went missing. So Adam got custody. Why, I don't know. I think they need to put the judge on trial. Whoever gave that man custody of this beautiful little girl. And I'm going to show you little Harmony. She's so cute. And like, ever since I heard that she was missing and no one missed her, I mean, this little girl, I think, captured a lot of our hearts. And I want to get her picture up. All right. And I have no idea why a known drug user and this and that and the other would get custody of his daughter. But there is beautiful little Harmony Montgomery right there. These kids deserve so much better. So much better. Okay, so 9 months later, Harmony went missing. And it would be 2 years before the authorities became aware that the then 7-year-old had not been seen since late November. Early December of 2019 is what they can narrow it down to. When Adam was awarded custody of Harmony on paper, he seemed stable and reliable. He and his wife Kayla were living in a house on a quiet dead-end street with Harmony's half-brother and a baby on the way. So in February of 2019, Harmony left foster care in Massachusetts and moved to New Hampshire. But things on paper aren't always reality. So Harmony was in foster care, and then Adam, so she must have been taken away from her mom, put in foster care. Adam went to court and got custody. So does the original problem start with mom got her taken away for some reason? We don't really know why, but we might find out in the affidavit. The house on the little dead-end street was anything but stable. Foreclosure threatened all who occupied it. A bankruptcy filing had stayed the foreclosure for several months, but ultimately failed to save their home. In April of 2019, the bankruptcy dismissed, but foreclosure proceedings began. The home that was Harmony's fell into chaos, and by July 2019, all hell broke loose. Police made several visits to the home, which was now powered by only a generator. Harmony was the subject of an abuse allegation, and both adults had relapsed into addiction. New Hampshire Division of Children, Youth, and Families had cleared the abuse allegation as unfounded, but put their risk level at high risk. Late November 2019, the family vacated the home with nowhere to go. It is reported they stayed in their cars with and without Harmony. It's the without Harmony that went unnoticed. The family secured housing in January of 2020, and not long after, another allegation brought New Hampshire Division of Children, Youth, and Families to the home. Harmony wasn't there. Harmony wasn't reported missing. In spite of a new allegation about the Montgomery family, for which there was a prior investigation, the subject of the prior investigation, missing, didn't seem to alarm anyone. And so it was that not until September of 2021 did anyone even question, where's Harmony Montgomery? The question remains unanswered. However, on August 11th, 2022, authorities announced that Harmony Montgomery is no longer a missing child and that the investigation was now a homicide investigation. Harmony's remains have not been found. On October 24th, 2022, Adam Montgomery was charged with second-degree murder for beating Harmony in the head until she died. And that's where we have stood until today. So let's go over to the boob tube. Let's go over to the boob. I have no idea why this child was obviously a victim of the system. All right, so we have the unsealed affidavit, and we're going to go through this now. This says the state of New Hampshire Judicial Branch Detective John Dunleavy has established under oath that probable cause exists and an arrest warrant shall issue against the defendant Adam Montgomery, born 1/22/1990. See, we get mad, though. That's where I get confused on the whole CPS thing. Good morning, Combat. Hi, Black Eagle. I don't want us to rely on these government systems to keep track of our kids. That's the first problem. We have parents that aren't keeping track of their own kids. That's problem number one. How do you fix that? I don't know. But number two, we have like a love-hate relationship with CPS, right? Like we wanted them to take care of Harmony. We wanted them to save her. I mean, but obviously she was already in foster care and they took her out and gave her back to the parents, which is their goal. They want to keep the kids with the parents, and it makes sense. But we have a love-hate relationship. We wanted them to save Harmony, but then on the other hand, in some cases, we want them to stay the fuck out of our lives. Or not ours, but you know what I'm saying. Because it's a broken system. It's a scary system. As a matter of fact, I just saw the other day that there's a YouTuber who their channel all revolves around playing Zoom hearings of CPS cases. And you may say, what's the big deal? It was COVID. They were on Zoom. It's not entertainment. That's the big deal. Number one, CPS cases should be private. Why in the world would they ever have them on Zoom is beyond me. Number two, it gives all these disadvantaged kids that are in juvenile homes their name, where they live, what they've been in trouble for. And you also know if their loser parents bothered to even show up for the hearing. So you'll know that their parents don't give a shit and they would be an easy target. So I'm like, what is wrong with our world here? Why is our youth court online giving these kids info to any creepazoid who wants to take advantage of a disadvantaged child? Is it on purpose? Because the courts can't be this stupid. I'm not smarter than a judge. I just don't understand where in this day and age that's okay. Imagine if Harmony Montgomery was on that and someone saw this cute little 5-year-old girl wasn't being taken care of. And they take her. You got to think like the mind of these criminals, and we've got to protect our children, man. So here are the charges against Adam Montgomery. 2nd-degree murder, tampering with witnesses and informants. See, here we go. We got informants in here. Falsifying physical evidence and abuse of corpse. Probable cause statement says see attachment A. Why am I having such a hard time? Hold on a second. This is jacked up. Oh, I know what I got to do. Hold on. Sorry, guys. All right. Much, much better. We're going to need extra slow in a second. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now comes the state of New Hampshire, by and through its attorneys, the Office of the Attorney General, and respectfully request that this honorable court seal the probable cause statement for arrest warrant in this matter. In support of its request, the state submits the following. Detective John Dunleavy of the Manchester Police Department is applying for an arrest warrant for Adam Montgomery for the murder of his then 5-year-old daughter Harmony Montgomery in 2019 and other related charges. While the investigation into the murder of Harmony has been extensive, that investigation remains ongoing. There are additional witnesses who remain to be interviewed, and based on the information they provide, there may be further investigative steps to take. In addition, once the new charges become public, additional witnesses may come forward who have previously been holding back. If the information in the probable cause statement is made public at the current time, it could taint those future investigative efforts. The New Hampshire Supreme Court has recognized that protecting the confidentiality of investigative documents in the pre-indictment phase of an ongoing criminal investigation is a sufficiently compelling interest for non-disclosure that can overcome the public right to access to court records. So this is them sealing it. Now here is the actual probable cause statement. And I just want to say that might be very disturbing. So I don't know what's in this. Like I said, this was just released this morning. So this is us reading it through together for the first time. I'm a police officer with the city of Manchester, New Hampshire, and have been so since November 2015. Prior to Manchester, I was a police officer with the town of Winchester, New Hampshire. From July 2013 to November 2015. I graduated from the New Hampshire Police Standards and Training Class 162 in December of 2013. I have held the rank of detective with the Manchester Police Department since September 18. My duties and responsibilities include the initial investigation as well as a follow-up of crimes that occur in Manchester, New Hampshire. I have conducted various investigations to include sexual assaults, child P, homicides, and other serious crimes. I have received training from the Manchester Police In-House Training Academy and the New Hampshire Police Standards and Training Council. I have also attended numerous training courses covering many different aspects of investigations. The information set forth below is based on information known to me personally through my own investigation and through my communications with other law enforcement officers. Additionally, I reviewed police reports prepared by other law enforcement officers, including Manchester, detailing their involvement in this investigation. This affidavit does not contain every fact. Rather, it contains material information relevant to determining whether there is a sufficient probable cause to believe that Adam Montgomery committed the crimes of second-degree murder, contrary to RSA 6301B, tampering with witnesses and informants, and falsifying physical evidence and abuse of a corpse. Probable cause. A. Harmony Montgomery reported missing. On 11/18/2021, the Manchester Police Department received a call from a woman determined to be Crystal Sorey, 9/14/1990, regarding her biological daughter, Harmony Montgomery, date of birth 6/7/2014. Her birthday just passed. Sorey reported that Harmony, who was in the physical custody of Sorey's ex, was missing and that she hadn't seen Harmony in over 6 months. Okay. Now, I don't know anything about these people, but here we have a mom that went 6 months without seeing her kid. This is the problem. There's problems here. These are problems. So she's calling, I haven't seen my daughter in 6 months. So I'm wondering if she was the one that she was originally taken away from and then put into foster care and then given to Adam. And now she's saying, well, Adam's had my daughter and now I don't know where she is. So an employee of the Manchester Police Department contacted DCYF and learned of previous addresses associated with Adam. Manchester checked those addresses but were unable to locate Adam or Harmony. On December 27, 2021, DCYF notified the Manchester Police Department that they were also unable to locate Harmony. Consequently, the Manchester Police Department initiated an investigation into the whereabouts of Harmony. Over the following days, members of the Manchester Police learned that Harmony had not been physically seen since October and November 2019. Sorey, who resides in Massachusetts, notified authorities she had not seen Harmony since Easter of 2019. The child had been in the physical and legal custody of her biological father, Adam. The case was subsequently assigned to me. During my follow-up with Crystal, she explained that she had lost custody of the child in 2018 to the state of Massachusetts, in part due to a substance abuse issue. She said that her and Adam had past issues with substance abuse. Crystal reported that since she has regained sobriety and unsuccessfully made attempts throughout 2021 to locate Adam and Harmony, Adam and his subsequent partner, Kayla Montgomery, date of birth 8/31/1990, had blocked all communication with Crystal through phone numbers and social media. Crystal said over the years, she made attempts to locate Harmony by contacting various schools and driving by addresses associated with Adam, but she was unable to make any progress. Years? She drove around for years? Crystal said that she believes she last physically saw Harmony during a FaceTime video call with Adam around Easter 2019. Crystal stated that Adam was visible in the background of the call. Crystal recalled that Harmony seemed frightened. Crystal said she believed that she last physically saw Harmony. Oh, I already read that. Beginning on 12/27/21, members of the Manchester Police actively made attempts to track down Adam and talk to involved family members to establish the last time that Harmony was physically observed and known to be safe. Officers and investigators were initially unable to make contact with Adam via phone. However, they were able to make contact with various family members, including parties associated with Adam who reside in Florida. Through these family members, investigators received information that Adam had previously admitted to giving Harmony a black eye in July 2019. On 12/28/2021, I spoke with Kayla Montgomery, Adam's wife. Kayla shares 3 younger children with Adam, who are all presently accounted for. I wonder where those 3 kids are. During my follow-up with Kayla, I asked about the last time she had physically seen Harmony. Kayla said that sometime in November or December of 2019, she saw Harmony one morning before going to work. Adam said he was driving Harmony back to Crystal, who was living in Massachusetts. Kayla said she believed Harmony had been returned to Crystal. Kayla claimed she never saw or heard about Harmony after that day. So you're married to this guy, and he's got a little girl, and he takes her to her mom, he says. And you never mention that little girl again? Ever? For years and years? I can't. First contact with Adam Montgomery. On New Year's Eve, 2021, patrol officers were able to make contact with Adam and his new girl, Kelsey Small, together sleeping in a vehicle in the area of Harvell Street in Manchester. Wonder how they found him. Investigators, including myself, Detective Coswick, and Detective Riley, responded to that location to speak with the couple. Small claimed that she had been romantically involved with Adam for over a year. So we're talking since December of 2020. Small said that she was aware that Adam has 3 children from one mother and another child from before that. However, Small said that Adam was not in touch with any child from his prior relationship. Small claimed that Adam had never talked about Harmony and she had no information where she may be. During our interaction with Adam, we stressed our concern that Harmony had not been physically observed in over 2 years and that we had concern for whether or not she was still alive. Adam did not exhibit much emotion or reaction. Yeah, because he's strung out on drugs, on meth or whatever. Also on 12/31/2021, Kayla Montgomery participated in a voluntary interview with Detective Riley and myself. During this interview, she spoke about the last time she saw Harmony. In this interview, she told us 2 days after Thanksgiving 2019, which would have been 11/30/2019, Adam took her to work. She said was a 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. shift at Dunkin' Donuts on Eddy Road in Manchester. She said that while Adam was dropping her off, he said he was bringing Harmony to her mom and that he was going to meet Harmony's mom and bring Harmony to stay with her. Kayla said after that day, Adam picked her up and he no longer had Harmony and he had just dropped Harmony off. Kayla said she assumed Adam dropped Harmony off in Massachusetts, as that is where Crystal was living at the time. Detectives were concerned about Kayla's account that Adam claimed he was bringing Harmony to Crystal, especially because Crystal outright denied ever taking custody of Harmony from Adam at that time, or ever seeing Harmony following the video chat in April 2019. Now, how do we know Crystal's telling the truth? I mean, that's what I want to know. All these people are on drugs. How do we know that Crystal didn't lie and get rid of the girl? How do we know that? I guess we're going to find out. Because I don't trust any of these people. I don't trust someone who hasn't seen their daughter in 3 years or 2 years or whatever it is. So here we go. The investigation revealed that in November 2019, Crystal lived at 39 Chapel Street, number 3 in Lowell, Massachusetts with her boyfriend, Joseph Eckert, 12/17/1989. On 12/31/21, Joseph Eckert was interviewed, and he confirmed he was living with Crystal in 2019. And Harmony was not with Crystal at all. Okay, so he testified that. In fact, Joseph stated that he has never met Harmony in person. A review of DCYF involvements indicated that social workers had not viewed Harmony since 10/1/2019 during a home visit with Adam Montgomery in New Hampshire. Not only have family members not seen Harmony since 2019, DCYF contacted the Manchester School District on 9/10/21. A representative from the school district stated that Harmony was not registered. in the district. On 12/31/21, the Ninth Circuit Family Division, Manchester, granted protective supervision of Harmony to DCYF from Adam via a juvenile abuse neglect ex parte order. At the time of the order, Adam had been Harmony's sole custodian. The order stated specifically that Adam was ordered to cooperate with Manchester police and assist with locating Harmony. Detective Riley served Adam with that order on the afternoon of 12/31/21. However, Adam refused to provide any information on the whereabouts of Harmony. When handed the order by detectives and told that he had to provide information on Harmony's whereabouts, Adam said, "Either arrest me or I'm leaving." Adam was arrested on charges related to Harmony on 1/4/22 and was formally arraigned on 1/5/22. These charges consist of second-degree assault for an incident in July 2019, inference with custody, and 2 charges of endangering the welfare of a child. He has been detained at the Hillsborough County House of Corrections since that date. So they did a grand jury in this case, and we're going to get into that now. But like, what I'm confused about is how many people dropped the ball in this? These CPS organizations need more accountability, more transparency. I mean, if they have an open case with this girl, there's no excuse for them not going there for 2 years. Like, what? Poor Harmony. So then Kayla Montgomery went in front of a grand jury, and she testified on 5/20 of last year, 2022. Kayla Montgomery testified before the grand jury for Hillsborough County Northern District as part of the grand jury's investigation into the disappearance of Harmony. Kayla was under oath for her testimony. During her testimony, Kayla was asked about the last time she saw little Harmony. She stated in sum, it was about 2 days after Thanksgiving 2019 when Adam dropped her off to work. We already know about that. Investigators researched Kayla's claim about the location and shift she was working. All Dunkin' Donuts locations in Goffstown confirmed that Kayla was not working there on 11/13/2019. She lied. Records obtained from New Hampshire Employment Security showed that the only employer who paid Kayla in 2019 was a Dunkin' Donuts in Hooksett, New Hampshire, and that the Dunkin' Donuts store confirmed that Kayla was fired on 11/23/2019. As a result, an arrest warrant was obtained for Kayla for 2 charges of perjury. So if you look at how they got these records that she worked at Dunkin' Donuts and when she got fired, that's why they get the records from the Department of Labor. So I know you guys are following the Idaho case. That's why they request those, because if someone's going to use an alibi that they worked or something like that, they can always look and see, oh, no, you didn't work there. Or what day you stopped working there. Something like that, you know. There's a lot of things they can get from them, but I just know that there was some questions about why they're requesting the Department of Labor records. But that would be one reason why, to verify employment. So, Kayla was arrested on the perjury charges on 6/3/2022. On the same day, she participated in a proffer interview. Let's see what that means. Proffer interview? Probably means like voluntary. What is a proffer agreement? Let's see what she agreed to. Sometimes the best thing a defendant can do is cooperate with the government. First, the evidence against the defendant is so overwhelming that it cannot be rebutted. An example, second, cooperation may be sensible when a defendant's trial risks are significant, and by cooperating, they could receive significant credit for their cooperation. In any case, a proffer interview is the most common way to cooperate. It's a meeting between a criminal defendant or suspect and the government that usually takes place at a local U.S. attorney's office rather than the court. Ooh, scary. At the proffer, a defendant is represented by counsel and the government is represented by the prosecutor along with the investigating agents. Whoa, that's weird. Okay, let's read this again. A defendant is represented by counsel, so that would be Kayla, and the government is represented by the prosecutor and the investigating agents. The meeting is typically covered by a limited immunity agreement where the purpose is for the defendant to share with the government all verbal, written, or electronic information such as emails, statements, documents, videos, or records that may be of use to the government. Notably, proffer opportunities do not apply to violent crimes or to individuals with a history of violent crimes. Disclosure of information. The defendant is expected to share with the government everything they know about the crime in question and people involved. The defendant is legally required to tell the truth and not withhold any relevant information. In other words, she became a snitch. A proffer is unique in that the defendant essentially incriminates themselves by openly talking about both their role in and their knowledge of the crime committed. They must not minimize his involvement nor exaggerate their role or the role of others. By no means should a proffer be misunderstood as an opportunity to blame others and to present oneself as an innocent bystander. If it is later learned that the information provided during the proffer is inconsistent with information, evidence, arguments, and representations received by third parties, this proffer statements may be used against the person who made the statement during the trial. And then the benefits is a proffer agreement is not a promise of absolute immunity, but an agreement between the defendant and the government for a certain level of use immunity. A proffer is often an open door to someone cooperating defendant who may be eligible for a favorable, less severe sentencing. So that's what that means. So Kayla participated in one of those proffer interviews that we just learned about. During the proffer interview, Kayla admitted that she had lied during her grand jury testimony. Oh, wonderful, right? Wonderful. We've got a little girl who hasn't been seen in years, and we've got these mofos lying. Mama of 5, that is terrifying. Mama of 5 said, my son bought a house, lived there 2 years, no kids, and DYFS worker came to his house looking for someone who lived there 4 years ago. Okay, so during that, she lied during her grand jury testimony, and she stated she had information related to Harmony. Kayla stated that the family, herself, Adam, Harmony, SM, and DM, were evicted from where they were living on Guilford Street the day before Thanksgiving 2019, which would have been 11/27/2019. Okay, first of all, now these people are obviously, they have problems. They're drug addicts. They've got issues. But who in the Sam hell evicts someone the day before Thanksgiving when they have 4 kids? Now, whoever that was an asshole to do that to those kids. Who freaking evicts children out of a home the day before Thanksgiving? Those poor kids. They had no warm home to have Thanksgiving dinner, and they had no warm home over their head, like roof over their heads on Thanksgiving because some asshole evicted them on the day before Thanksgiving. No one had these little ones' best interest at heart. No one. Kayla said after they were living in their vehicle, which was known to be a Chrysler Sebring. So poor little Harmony Montgomery and her siblings spent Thanksgiving in a Chrysler Sebring with their parents high on drugs. It's terrible. And furthermore, if they were getting evicted from this house, Why wasn't like something stepping in, someone stepping in to make sure these kids weren't living in their car? They had other people living in this house with them. Someone knew they were living with 4 kids in a car. In a Sebring? That doesn't even, how do you even fit? I can't even imagine what these kids went through. I can't. During the time living out of their vehicle, they stayed in the parking lot of Colonial Village on River Road in Manchester, where their friend Anthony Bodero lived. Anthony Bodero's my age, born 8/30/1973. Kayla stated that from Thanksgiving up to the beginning of December, Bodero saw Harmony and the other 2 boys and would wave at them. She also said that Bodero bought them Thanksgiving leftovers while they were in the Sebring, and that he saw Harmony at the time and he and Harmony waved at each other. Kayla stated that on the day the Chrysler Sebring broke down, known to be 12/7, Adam Montgomery struck Harmony, which caused her death. Kayla stated that while living in the vehicle together, Adam was extremely upset that 5-year-old Harmony was not saying when she needed to go to the bathroom and was having accidents in the car. God damn. Kayla stated that after each accident, Adam would get upset and would strike Harmony in the face, head with a closed fist. Oh my God, I don't know if I can read this. Kayla stated on 12/7/2019, prior to the vehicle breaking down, Adam struck Harmony in the face, head on 3 separate occasions because she had a bathroom accident. This happened while Adam was driving the vehicle. Kayla described that Harmony was in the rear seat on the passenger side, and while Adam was driving, he turned his body and delivered sets of 3 to 4 blows with a closed fist to Harmony's face, head on 3 separate occasions over the course of a few minutes. Kayla stated that after the final blow, Adam said words to the effect of that he felt something or heard something when he hit Harmony and said, quote, "I think I really hurt her this time. I think I did something." Harmony began making a moaning type noise, which went on for roughly 5 minutes and then stopped. At no time did anyone stop or get Harmony medical attention as the result of this assault. Kayla said this happened in the morning while the family was on their way to Burger King on Route 3 in Manchester. And afterwards, the family returned to the parking lot of the Colonial Village apartments. The family stayed at Colonial Village for about 20 minutes, during which time no one checked on Harmony. Kayla could not recall exactly what they did during this 20-minute period. Kayla said after about 20 minutes, the family left the Colonial Village apartments, and shortly thereafter, their car broke down. Kayla said she thought the car died at approximately 8 or 9 a.m. According to Manchester police, the car was broken down in the intersection of Elm Street and Webster Street at approximately 12:11 on 12/7/2019. Kayla said it was at that time that she and Adam discovered that Harmony was not breathing and was deceased. Kayla stated that Adam went to the trunk of the vehicle, removed clothing from a black and red Under Armour duffel bag, and placed the lifeless body of Harmony into the bag. Kayla stated at no point did either of them have any conversation about getting any type of life-saving measures for Harmony, and that Adam simply put Harmony's dead body into the bag and walked it back to the parking lot of the Colonial Village apartments. Kayla indicated that once back at Colonial Village, Bodero drove them from the apartment complex back to their vehicle to collect their belongings before the vehicle was towed. Kayla said that Bodero allowed them to stay in his Audi, parked in the parking lot for 2 or 3 days over the weekend. And then it says down here, in a second, she did 2 proffer interviews. In a second proffer interview conducted on 6/23/2022, Kayla said that during this approximate 20-minute time period, Adam had her get... Oh, okay. So when she said, "I don't know what we did for those first 20 minutes," in the second interview, she said that Adam had her get a bag of heroin/fentanyl from Bodero. She said she and Adam then used some of that heroin fentanyl before leaving the Colonial Village parking lot. I know this is really hard, you guys. I'm looking at the chat because it's tough, man. This is tough to read, let alone hear about. Kayla stated that while they were staying in Bodero's Audi after Harmony's death, Adam was keeping the bag with Harmony's body inside the trunk of the vehicle, but also would leave it out on the snow to stop the decomposition of the body from happening. So he would throw the bag in the snow to keep it cold, and then throw it back in the trunk. Okay, so now we have Anthony Bodero, the dealer, right? On 3/21/2022, Bodero testified before the grand jury for Hillsborough County as part of the grand jury's investigation into the disappearance of Harmony. During his testimony, Bodero stated that after the Montgomery family was evicted, he allowed them to stay in his car in Audi for 2 days. He said he believed it was the weekend immediately after Thanksgiving, which would have been approximately 11:30 and 12:01. And he testified that he brought Thanksgiving leftovers to the car for them to eat. Bodero testified he did not see Harmony in the Audi, that it was only Adam, Kayla, and the two younger boys, SM and DM. Bodero testified he never bothered to ask where Harmony was. Bodero testified that the only 2 times he ever saw Harmony were back in August and September. Bodero testified that when the Montgomerys left the Audi, after the 2 days they stayed there, that he believed Kayla said she was going to her mother's. In his grand jury testimony, Bodero testified that he only let the Montgomery family stay in his Audi for 2 days, but was not aware of whether the Montgomery family was possibly living in a different car in the parking lot to his apartment building for additional days. But Bodero said that they could have stayed in their own car, the Chrysler Sebring, before it got messed up. Bodero explained that he was aware that after the Montgomerys got evicted, they had a gray Chrysler, but that they didn't have the car anymore when they arrived to stay in his Audi. He said that when they arrived to stay in the Audi, they were dropped off by some friend of theirs who was a girl, and that they didn't have anything other than the 2 boys and formula for the baby and diapers. Bodero said they didn't have anything else, not even bags of clothes. Now, here's Bodero's girlfriend. Now, mind you, Bodero was born in 1973, and Bodero's girlfriend, Donna Demers, was born November 19th, 1992. She also testified, and she said that the only time she saw Harmony was September 2019 when she was with Bodero. She testified about the Thanksgiving leftovers being fresh, and she believed Bodero gave them to the Montgomerys on either Thanksgiving Day 2019 or the next day. She testified that she had a brief opportunity to look inside the car the Montgomerys were in, which she said was Bodero's car, the Audi, and that she only saw 2 younger children in the car, not Harmony. Demers was confident that Harmony was not in the car. So then Anthony Bodero does a proffer interview. So they gave all these people immunity. They gave them deals, some kind of deal. All right, before we get to Anthony Bodero's, I am going to go grab some coffee because I need something to drink because this is a lot of reading. There's 54 pages. So I'm going to run and grab something to drink. And I'll be right back. It'll only take me a second, you guys. Go refill your coffees. Okay. Yeah, breather time, right? It's really bad. This is really hard to talk about. Okay, we are back. Okay. Thank you for letting me get more coffee, guys. And if you are just joining, thank you for being here. And if you like my channel, please do give this video a thumbs up. Yeah, this one's really tough. All right, let's continue, guys. It might take us a minute to get through this, but we will get through it for little Harmony. If little Harmony had to go through this, we can at least read about what this poor baby had to go through. And I got to get my glasses. Sorry. This is what happens when Jay wakes up late. Summer decided to join me. All right, here we go. I know, Angie. I'm super fast. Okay, let's keep going. I agree with you, little miss, on every aspect of what you just said. Okay, Anthony Bodero's proffer interview. On 9/22/2022, a proffer interview was conducted with Anthony Bodero. So they gave him a deal. Also present was Senior Assistant Attorney General Jesse O'Neill, Detective Max Rahill, Deputy Tufts of the U.S. Marshals, Bodero's attorney Ashley Sheehan, and myself. Bodero indicated that he had met Adam through Kayla. In 2019, he admitted he did provide crack and fentanyl to the Montgomerys. God almighty. Bodero stated he would buy the Montgomerys food stamps off of them prior to them staying in his vehicle and after they stayed in his vehicle. This scumbag took food stamp money from these kids' mouths. These losers gave their food stamp money to their drug dealer. It makes me sick. Sick what these drugs do to people. For God-ass sakes, leftovers in the car? Ugh. Charnel, my babies love the salmon oil. Thank you so much. You know, it's just just this whole situation. Gosh, it's awful. Bodero stated after Thanksgiving of 2019, the Montgomerys came to him with just their two boys and no Harmony and asked if they could stay with them due to being evicted and their car breaking down. Bodero did not recall how the Montgomerys arrived at his home. Bodero stated they arrived with few belongings and recalled a trash bag. Bodero offered them his Audi. He's like, you could stay in my car. You losers aren't staying in my house. I don't trust y'all. Crazy. Bodero was unclear on the timing, but first saying it was the weekend after Thanksgiving, but then when confronted with information that the Montgomerys still had their own car at that point, agreed that it may have been the following weekend. He said he provided them Thanksgiving leftovers, which would have been older leftovers if it was the following weekend. Who has Thanksgiving leftovers for a week? And a pizza. Bodero repeatedly denied seeing Harmony, but now Kayla said that he saw her. Kayla says he waved at Harmony. So why is this dude lying? Or why is she lying? Who's lying? We don't know because they're all shitbags. When confronted with the statement Kayla made about him seeing Harmony every day from Thanksgiving to the beginning of December and waving to Harmony and the two boys, Bodero stated she was lying. I questioned Bodero about helping the Montgomerys retrieve belongings from their car when the car broke down, and he stated he did not remember that happening. Donna Demers. After Bodero's interview concluded, a proffer interview was conducted with his girlfriend. So they're giving the girlfriend a deal. They're trying to find out what happened to this child. And then she had an attorney, Dan Duckett. Fuck it, Dan Duckett. How the hell do they have it? Oh, my God. I can't with this. Demers stated she only stayed at Bodero's part-time and that she primarily resided with her parents in Derry, New Hampshire. Well, maybe Bodero's girlfriend's parents should look into what their daughter's doing because she was born in 1992 and this drug dealer she's living with part-time was born in 1973. Demers recalled the Montgomerys arriving at Bodero's apartment and that they appeared stressed and mostly concerned with getting drugs. Demers recalled them carrying duffel bags and trash bags. And when asked if there was any color to the duffel bags, she stated she believed there was, but could not recall any details. Demers was not aware if Bodero had helped the family retrieve any of their belongings from their vehicle, which had broken down. And Demers remembered Kayla, Adam, and their two boys, but was adamant she never saw Harmony. Demers recalled bringing fresh Thanksgiving leftovers, possibly the day after Thanksgiving, to the Montgomerys when they were living out of the car. So what stand-up people, right? Oh, you can stay in my car for a couple days because it's the holiday. Whoever this dude is, this Bodero, he was fine with children sleeping in a car outside of his apartment building. Like, he didn't give a rat's ass that these children were sleeping in their car outside. Like, he didn't say, hey, let the kids sleep in here, dude, and you sleep in the car. No. This piece of shit who got a deal also was okay with them being in the car. All these people disgust me, just for the record. Let's see here. Demers admitted that she may not be remembering the car correctly. Because she says here, she initially recalled that the Montgomerys were living out of the Audi, but then confronted with information that they still had their own car that weekend, Demers admitted she may not be remembering the car correctly. She stated that when she brought the Thanksgiving leftovers, there were two kids jumping around in the back seat, and she did not see Harmony in the car. At the time, SM was approximately 2.5 and DM was 10 months old. It's extremely unlikely that a 10-month-old would be jumping around, and therefore investigators believe that Demers may have seen Harmony without realizing it was her. They had a 10-month-old, a 2.5-year-old, and a 5-year-old living in an Audi in the middle of winter. Wow. Facebook and Google search warrants. During the investigation, search warrants were obtained for Facebook and Google relevant to the time period of late November, early December 2019. Location data from Google was consistent with the Montgomerys staying in the Colonial Village parking lot from 11/27 to 12/8, which corroborates Kayla's account. In addition, another witness interviewed during the investigation, Kimberly Frayne, recalled personally interacting with the Montgomerys while they were staying in the Audi during the overnight hours of 12/7 into 12/8, 2019. Frayne went to help the Montgomerys because the Audi had died, and Kayla was worried the family was in danger from the cold. Why didn't they go ask the dealer who lives right there? Frayne said that she did not see Harmony, and it was only Adam, Kayla, and the two boys. Facebook messages exchanged between Matt Gendron and Kayla also confirmed this date and time frame, showing Kayla reached out to Gendron about the Audi having died and being concerned about the cold. December 7th and 8th would have been the weekend following the weekend after Thanksgiving. In other words, 1 week after the weekend, Bodero testified that he believed the Montgomerys stayed in his Audi. This corroborates Kayla's time frame of when they stayed in Bodero's Audi. Now we got more people. Investigate interviews of Courtney O'Brien and Matt Garcia. Dude, they... Wow. Okay. On 1/5 of 2022, investigators spoke with Courtney O'Brien. There's so many people in this now. This is nuts. Okay. Her husband, Matt Garcia, had known Adam their entire life. She also said that Adam used to work for her. She related how she and Garcia had seen Adam, Kayla, Harmony, and the two boys Thanksgiving night 2019, and that the family was living out of the Sebring at the time. O'Brien also recalled a conversation she had with Adam sometime between approximately December 2019 and January 2020, in which Adam said Harmony was with her, Harmony's mom, and then it happened really fast, and Harmony wouldn't stop peeing in her pants, and she was better off with her mom. This poor baby girl. I mean, imagine the life that she had to live. I mean, no wonder she's peeing her pants. Oh, this Adam Montgomery. Oh, I'd love to wrap my hands around his neck. I swear. This infuriates me. On 1/5/2022, investigators also spoke with Matt Garcia separately from Courtney. And Garcia said that he and Adam met when Garcia was 14 years old. He considered Adam to be a friend. Garcia said the only time he saw Harmony was on Thanksgiving 2019 when they were living in the car. Garcia told investigators about a phone call he had with Adam on 12/31/2021, which was after the news broke that Harmony was missing. Garcia said he asked Adam about the news regarding Harmony, and Adam said he talked to police that morning. Adam told Garcia he didn't know why the police were bothering him and that he gave Harmony back to her mom after Garcia seeing her on Thanksgiving. Garcia said that Adam said, the kid wouldn't stop pissing and shitting everywhere. She was driving me nuts. We were living in the car, so I let her. I had her mom come and get her. Garcia elaborated, speaking as if he was Adam, that Harmony was having her accidents everywhere, all the time, every 5 minutes. We were living in a car. I couldn't take it. I had to give her to her mom. The information from O'Brien and Garcia is consistent with Kayla's information, that Adam would get upset with Harmony over her bathroom accidents and eventually unalived her due to her having a bathroom incident in the car. Finding Harmony Montgomery's DNA in the Chrysler Sebring. Investigators located the Chrysler Sebring that the Montgomery family lived in after being evicted from 77 Guilford Street, in which Harmony was unalived. This vehicle was the subject of a call for service at approximately 12:11 p.m. on 12/7/2019 at the intersection of Webster and Elm in Manchester. This is consistent with Kayla's statement on 6/3 in her proffer interview that Adam unalived Harmony on the day their Sebring broke down. So their Sebring broke down and then the Audi broke down, like the dealer's Audi broke down too? Tow documents show the tow company was on scene to tow the Sebring from approximately 12:52 to 1:39 p.m. The Sebring was thereafter treated as an abandoned vehicle, and an abandoned vehicle tracking report created by Auto City Collision for the Sebring noted that later on 12/16/19, there was no power to the dash, and an attempt to jumpstart the Sebring resulted in the car immediately starting to smoke. The Sebring was eventually sold to Hebert's Used Cars in Goffstown, New Hampshire, on or about 1/29/2020, where it was located by Manchester detectives on 1/1/2022. So, do you know how lucky they are that car was there for 2 freaking years? How the hell? The manager of Hebert's Used Cars consented to the seizure and search of the Sebring by Manchester detectives. It sat there for 2 years at Hebert's Used Auto Parts. Crazy. When the Sebring was searched, inside the vehicle, investigators located a pink Trolls electric toothbrush, which was assigned property number JMT7. This toothbrush was submitted to the New Hampshire State Police lab for DNA analysis. I'm surprised they even had her use a toothbrush. Produce it, or it didn't exist. I'm just kidding. But for real, I mean, of all things, this dude is beating his kid for having accidents, but they have a toothbrush? Can't imagine they ever encouraged her to do anything positive. A buccal swab was taken from, or buccal swab was taken from Crystal Sorey by consent and was submitted to the lab. Upon completion of the analysis, Katie L. Swango, PhD, issued a report dated January 19th, 2022, where she said the DNA from the toothbrush is from a biological female, and the DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush cannot be excluded as that from a biological child of Crystal Sorey based on a comparison of these DNA profiles only. It is at least 108 billion times more likely to see these genetic results if the DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush is from a biological child of Crystal Sorey than an untested, unrelated random woman. It should be noted that Harmony is the only female child of Crystal Sorey. Based on these lab results, there is a strong reason to believe that the DNA from the toothbrush is that of Harmony Montgomery and will be referred to such herein. Now we're getting into the movements of Harmony Montgomery's body by Adam Montgomery. Harmony's body was moved to Kayla's mother's residence on Dubuque Street. On 6/3/2022, in the 6/3/2022 proffer, Kayla explained how Harmony's body was moved to various locations over the course of the next several months. She stated that after living in Bodero's Audi in the Colonial Village parking lot, that they then moved in with her mother, Christina Lubin. Date of birth 3/23/1970, and her mother's boyfriend, John Gallion, 9/6/1965. Kayla said that when they arrived at the residence, Harmony's body, which was in a duffel bag, was placed inside a red cooler with a white top in the common hallway of the apartment building. She stated the body was left there the whole time until the end of December 2019. Wait. So they moved in with Kayla's mom and had the body in a cooler in the hallway of the apartments and no one smelled it? On February 18th, 2022, Lubin testified before the grand jury. She explained that in 2019 December, Adam, Kayla, SM, and DM moved in with her for 2 or 3 weeks, and that they left on December 30th or 31st. Lubin said they didn't have Harmony. Kayla told her Harmony went back to live with her mother at a rehab facility in Massachusetts. What? Lubin testified that during the time frame of December 2019, she was not aware of Adam or Kayla making any effort to get in touch with Harmony or Sorey. She also testified that in that time frame, she did not see Adam or Kayla cry about not having Harmony. After Kayla's proffer interview, I traveled to 258 Dubuque Street, number 1, and obtained a consent to search from Lubin and Gallion. I explained to Lubin that I needed to obtain a red cooler with a white lid. Lubin stated the cooler had been in her bedroom closet for close to 2 years. I asked her if this cooler had previously been in the common, and she confirmed it was. Okay, and then she put it in her closet for 2 years after a body was in there? The cooler was submitted to the state lab for processing, and according to reports from the state lab, the cooler was negative for the presence of blood. In addition, no suitable areas of friction ridge detail were developed on the cooler. There's the cooler. Law enforcement previously knew that Kayla confirmed in her proffer interview that after leaving her mother's house, Adam, Kayla, SM, and DM moved into a families in transition shelter at 177 Lake Avenue, number 1 in Manchester. This was on 12/30/2019. In her proffer interview, Kayla said that the Under Armour bag with Harmony's body was brought to the fit shelter as well. Kayla said that Adam placed it in the ceiling vent in the bedroom. Kayla stated that during this time there was liquid. Oh my God, I can't. There was liquid coming from the bag containing Harmony's dead body, and there was an odor. She said Adam placed a trash bag around the bag to keep it from leaking. Search of the fit shelter on Lake Avenue. On 6/4/2022, detectives conducted a search of 177 Lake Ave, number 1. During the search, detectives located a ceiling vent in the bedroom pictured here. Detectives removed the vent in order to check the top side of the ceiling sheetrock. There, next to the opening for the ceiling vent, detectives located a large area of staining. This area is next to the ceiling vent where Kayla described Adam put Harmony's deceased body in the Under Armour bag. Detectives noted that this area had a smell consistent with decomp. The photo below was taken by a detective who was standing up in the ceiling vent hole after the vent was removed. The area of staining is circled. Guys, this is horrific.
La, la, la,
Okay.
la, la. You don't hold account.
Sorry, I had my audio. Okay. All right, here's more. A large section of the ceiling sheetrock was removed and seized, which included the stain, metal framing, and the hole for the ceiling vent. The ceiling vent itself was also seized. The photo below shows the area of sheetrock and metal framing that was seized. The area of staining is again circled. Forensic testing of the ceiling. The ceiling sheetrock with the metal framing attached, together with the vent, were submitted to the state lab for serology, DNA, and latent friction ridge fingerprint processing. In the report, dated 6/10/2022, Martin Orlowitz, criminalist 1 at the state lab, wrote that 13 areas of friction ridge detail were developed, 6 on the metal framing attached to the sheetrock, and 7 on the metal vent itself. In a report dated 7/6/2022, criminologist Orlowitz noted that not all areas of friction ridge detail were sufficient to be identifiable, and some of the areas contained multiple impressions. In all, criminologist Orlowitz noted and analyzed 10 identifiable impressions, 9 from the metal vent and 1 from the metal framing. He matched all 9 identifiable impressions from the metal vent to Adam Montgomery. 3 to his left middle finger, 2 to his left little finger, 1 to his left ring and middle fingers, 1 to his left index finger, and 1 to his right index, and 1 of his left palm. Both Kayla and Adam were excluded from the impression from the metal framing, so that impression was subsequently searched through multiple automated biometric identification system databases. As a result, the impression from the metal framing was identified as the left little ring, middle, and index fingers of Yared B. Lujano Mondrag. Investigators were able to confirm that this individual was a drywaller installer who worked on that building. On 6/9/2022, the state lab confirmed that serology testing on the ceiling section produced several positive samples for human fluids. The state lab attempted DNA on the ceiling section, but it was unsuccessful due to what had been explained to me as presence of potential inhibitors, which prevented further analysis. Maybe they'll send it to Olifram or whatever it's called. 2 samples were cut from the area of staining and 1 from the framing, and they were sent to DNA Labs International in Florida, as was Harmony's DNA obtained from the toothbrush. Crystal Sori's DNA was obtained via consent, and Adam's DNA with a search warrant. When tested, one of the samples from the stain and the sample from the metal framing had an insufficient amount of DNA, and no further analysis was performed. The other sample from the stain indicated a mixture of at least 2 individuals with 1 male contributor. Due to the complex nature of the mixed DNA, it was inconclusive for comparison purposes. Subsequently, the decision was made to send the entire ceiling section to DNA Labs International, with the expectation that seeing the section, analysts would be able to identify the best areas for testing. Prior to sending the ceiling section, the metal framing was removed. When the metal framing was removed, darker staining was observed under some of the metal framing pieces. This staining appeared to have emanated from the area staining that was first observed. As the cause of the first area of staining had also wicked beneath the border metal framing. The darker staining was thick in some areas and had a texture and had a scent consistent with decomp. In addition, looking at the bottom of the metal framing that was touching the darker staining, it appeared as if the darker staining had adhered to the metal framing as well. The two pictures below show the darker staining under the metal framing. The first picture shows a large part of the original ceiling section that was seized. The area of staining that was first observed is circled, and the locations where the original two samples were cut can be seen in the circle. The dark staining discovered under the metal framing runs horizontally from the top of the circled area. The second picture shows a closer view of the dark staining. The texture can be observed, as can the apparent transfer of the stain on the metal framing. So these are the photos of the metal framing. The ceiling section and removed metal framing were submitted to DNA Labs International for testing. On 8/4, forensic DNA analyst Alan Aykroyd I. Cells of DNA Labs International issued a report of the analysis of the ceiling sheetrock. The report notes that two samples were collected from the sheetrock, which were then combined into one sample. The DNA profile obtained from the sample indicated at least one female contributor and was interpreted as two contributors. It says here, the DNA profile obtained from the sample is approximately 4.1 billion times more probable if the sample originated from Harmony Montgomery and an unknown person than if it originated from two unknown persons. This analysis provides very strong support that the proposition that Harmony Montgomery is a contributor to the DNA profile obtained from the sample. The report also notes limited support for the proposition that Crystal Sorey and Adam Montgomery are not contributors to the DNA profile. Further testing was performed on this ceiling sheetrock. On 9/14/2022, Aykroyd released another report that indicated a mixture of at least two individuals. Harmony, Crystal Sorey, and Adam Montgomery could not be ruled out as possible contributors to the DNA profile. Testing was also performed on two of the metal framing pieces. One of the metal framing pieces had an insufficient amount of DNA, and no further analysis was performed. A sample from the other metal framing piece provided a DNA profile of at least one contributor, and Harmony could not be ruled out. Crystal and Adam were excluded as contributors to that profile. On 6/23, Kayla participated in a second proffer interview. On 6/23, she described a time when the maintenance worker came to check the vent in their unit at the fit shelter after a complaint from another resident who Kayla identified as Paula from apartment number 5. Good thing Paula spoke up, right? Kayla said that once people at Fit started saying they could smell something, Adam took the Under Armour bag containing Harmony's body, which was inside of a trash bag from the ceiling, put it all inside another trash bag, and then replaced it in the ceiling. Kayla said that once maintenance was called to check the vent, Adam put the trash bag's Under Armour bag, Harmony's body, into the closet. Kayla stated that when maintenance checked the vent, they said it must have been a dead animal or something because they didn't see anything up there. Paula was identified as Paula Maldonado Fibres. Date of birth 3/11/98. On 7/28/2022, I spoke with her via telephone. Paula said that Adam, Kayla, and their 2 kids moved into the Fit shelter about 2 to 3 weeks after she moved in. She recalled Adam one time bringing up his daughter, and when asked where his daughter was, he said she was with her mother, his mother, Harmony's grandmother. Okay, so here's another story from this POS. He told the girl in the shelter that Harmony was with his mom, her grandma. I asked about a complaint that the Montgomery's apartment smelled. And she said it was her friend Mandy who made the complaint. She stated Mandy dropped off some clothes for the newborn and noted the apartment smelled. Paula said that Mandy was now deceased. Jesus. I believe Mandy to be Amanda Crosby, 32886, who Kayla identified as being a female who lived at the shelter who is now deceased. On 6/4/2022, I received a copy of maintenance reports. One report stated on 2/5/2020, while the Montgomerys still resided in apartment 1, the residents of apartment 2 noted there was a slight odor when they turned on the heat. In addition, on 2/21/20, there was a report of a weird smell coming from the vents inside of apartment 1. This is the same unit where Adam and Kayla lived. In Kayla's first proffer interview on 6/3/2022, she stated that after living at 177 Lake Avenue, that they moved to an apartment at 644 Union. Police were previously in possession of a lease agreement that was apparently signed by Adam and Kayla for themselves and 2 children to lease 644 Union Street. Where'd they get the money to move into an apartment? Kayla said that when they moved to the apartment at 644 Union, they brought Harmony's body with them. She said that Adam put the Under Armour duffel bag with Harmony's body into a plastic bin storage container, which was pushed on a stroller from 177 Lake Avenue to 644 Union Street. Kayla said that Adam first placed the plastic bin storage container into a closet, and then at one point took the Under Armour bag out of the plastic bin, and that Under Armour bag was leaking. Kayla said Adam put another trash bag around the Under Armour bag and placed it into the refrigerator. Remember the refrigerator that they took from that apartment building way back when? Kayla stated that at some point after Harmony's body was in the refrigerator, Adam transferred Harmony's body from the Under Armour duffel bag into a new bag. Kayla stated this happened in the bathroom. Kayla stated on the day in question, I'm going to throw up. Adam spent 4 to 6 hours in the bathroom with the shower running. Kayla then described Adam as placing Harmony's dead body inside of what she described as a Catholic Medical Center maternity bag. This bag was much smaller than the Under Armour duffel bag, and it would not likely fit Harmony's body unless it was dismembered or grossly distorted. Kayla described an odor coming from the bathroom and saw steam coming from the bathroom when Adam would open the door. She recalled the scent of cleaning supplies when Adam had finished up. Kayla said afterwards Adam placed the CMC maternity bag inside the freezer. Oh my God. Lord help. Ugh. Oh, this is just disgusting, you guys. Disgusting. After Kayla's first proffer interview, investigators obtained an exemplar CMC maternity bag that they suspected might be the same one in which Harmony's body had been placed. During Kayla's second proffer interview on 6/23, she identified the bag shown below as the same style maternity bag in which Harmony's body was placed. How in the world would you fit a baby in there? A 5-year-old? I can't, guys. Woo-wee. I hope this dude pleads guilty, because I can't imagine sitting through this trial. I can't imagine being a juror. Oh, I'm just disgusted. I mean, this is a small tote bag, guys. Oh, Flo. Thanks. In her second interview, Kayla said that Adam actually transferred Harmony's body from the duffel bag to the CMC maternity bag while they were still at Lake Avenue. She said this happened a day or two after maintenance checked the vent in their unit. And that the bags with Harmony's body were in the closet during that 1 to 2 day time frame. Kayla said that Adam made the transfer to the maternity bag in the bathroom of apartment 1, zipped it, and then put it in the closet. Come on. Now it's moved again. Kayla stated that she herself then brought the CMC maternity bag containing Harmony's body to Adam's place of work, Portland Pie Company restaurant. This was done at Adam's request the same day Adam transferred Harmony's body into the CMC maternity bag. Kayla stated she pushed SM and DM to Portland Pie Company in a front back stroller and the CMC maternity bag with Harmony's body was between the two boys in the stroller. Kayla said Adam kept the CMC maternity bag with Harmony's body in the walk-in cooler at the restaurant for a week or so. The bag was then brought to 177 Lake Avenue before being brought to 644 Union Street when the family moved. In speaking with former Portland Pie Company employee Cameron Gibney, date of birth 8/10/96, he stated he worked at the restaurant as a server in front of the house manager until a month before the restaurant closed. It closed on 3/1/2020. He recalled seeing the CMC bag in the cooler on a couple occasions on both the floor and shelf, but never questioned Montgomery about it since he knew he had children. You never wondered why this POS drug addict had a bag in the freezer? You're the manager of the place, and you think a maternity bag in the freezer is okay? What? Gibney confirmed it was a tote bag with straps and stated possibly white with red or pink. Gibney confirmed he's seen Adam Montgomery and only him handling the bag and bringing it in. On August 23rd, 2022, he was shown a photograph of the bag and confirmed it was the same bag. Former Portland Pie Company employee Emily Thompson, 3/17/97, worked as a delivery driver, also vaguely recalled Adam tucking a bag in the cooler, but could not remember the details of it. So your cook and dishwasher has a bag in a freezer at a restaurant and you don't wonder why? It should be noted that Adam Montgomery worked at the restaurant as a dishwasher and cook between 1/4/2020 and 2/22/2020. He worked there for a whole month. Woohoo! Go Adam! These witnesses corroborate what Kayla stated about bringing Harmony's body in the CMC bag to Portland Pie Company. Harmony's body repackaged in the maternity bag. Are you kidding me right now? Kayla also advised in the 623 proffer that she was actually in the 644 Union Street number 2 bathroom when Adam took Harmony out. She was in there. A photo of the bathroom follows for reference. This was taken recently and is only for size layout purposes. The personal possessions belong to a different tenant and not Adam and Kayla. This is the bathroom. Kayla stated that Adam took Harmony out of the bag in the bathroom so he could add lime to the CMC bag to help with the decomposition of Harmony's body. Kayla explained that Adam dumped Harmony's body out of the CMC maternity bag into the shower. I'm going to throw up. This is bad. Bad news. Kayla said Harmony wasn't bones. She had skin, teeth, and hair, and Kayla could still tell it was her. This bitch was in this bathroom when he did this. OMG. I can't imagine this goose chase that these cops went on to figure all this out. Kayla explained that Adam dumped Harmony's body out of the CMC maternity bag into the shower. Kayla said Harmony wasn't bones. Blah, blah, I already read that. Adam put about half the bag of lime or a little more into the maternity bag, and she showed with her hands that the bag of lime was consistent with a 40-pound bag. Based on Kayla's description of this process, Adam had a difficult time fitting Harmony back into the maternity bag. Harmony's body was frozen. Kayla only saw Adam run the hot water in the shower and tried, quote, squishing Harmony's flesh to thaw it and make it easier to fit her into the bag. Kayla helped cut Harmony's clothes off her body to make her fit into the bag better as well. Kayla described Adam eventually pushing on Harmony's body, and then she heard a bang. She was not able to elaborate on what this bang was. Adam also banged the maternity bag on the floor while zipping it. Kayla said that she also helped zip closed the maternity bag. After the maternity bag finally zipped shut, it was put into the apartment freezer. Adam then cleaned up the bathroom with ammonia. I can't. On 6/30, Detective Rahill received maintenance records from Dennis Cloutier, who was the maintenance person back when Adam and Kayla lived there. He is also the current maintenance worker. It should be noted that the service request was executed on 2/27 to their apartment. The request reads, snake tub and fix lever. This service request was 5 days after Adam's employment ended at Portland Pie Company. Oh my God. Now we have a U-Haul. Kayla stated that Adam kept the CMC bag with Harmony's body inside the freezer until sometime during the spring of 2020. She wasn't sure if it was March or May when Adam rented a U-Haul and during the overnight hours made a trip to an unknown destination to dispose of Harmony's dead body. Kayla stated she did not know the location of where he dumped her body. Kayla stated that Adam returned in the morning hours, but she could not recall an exact time. Kayla stated that around the time that Adam disposed of Harmony's body, they stayed in the Econo Lodge or Comfort Inn in Manchester. She said Adam brought the CMC maternity bag to the hotel and placed it in the mini fridge. Kayla said they were accompanied by Travis Beach, date of birth 7/26/84, and his girlfriend, who Kayla only knew as Brittany. Manchester police know Brittany to be a reference to a specific person, Brittany Bedard. Date of birth 11/29/1990. Kayla recalled that Adam went to rent the U-Haul with either Travis, Brittany, or both. Kayla saw the U-Haul from the hotel window and described it of a van with a large 1999 on the back. Kayla said after the U-Haul was rented, Adam left in the middle of the night at approximately midnight or 1 a.m. Adam told her he was leaving and he would be back, and he took the maternity bag. She didn't see him have anything else with him. Kayla said Adam didn't want her knowing where he was going in case something like this happened. Kayla said Adam then returned at approximately 5 or 6 a.m. the same morning. When he returned, he seemed very tired. And he said words to the effect of, quote, "It's done." Kayla said she didn't see the maternity bag after that. It should be noted that in Kayla's second proffer, her statements were consistent about the U-Haul and did not materially differ from her original proffer. Around the time that the Manchester police began looking into the whereabouts of Harmony, the department established a 24/7 tip line. On 2/26/22, there was a call that came through the Harmony Montgomery tip line. PSS Stratton noticed the tip came from phone number 603-205-5255. I called the tipster, who wanted to remain anonymous. The tipster stated that a Jenny Paris, date of birth 11/21/82, and her boyfriend, Travis Beach, had come to the tipster's residence a month ago and disclosed that approximately 2 years ago, Adam Montgomery frantically asked Beach if he could rent Adam a U-Haul. The tipster stated that Adam did not disclose what the U-Haul was for, but stated that Adam asked Beach in a frantic manner to rent the vehicle. Detective Feliciano located Beach in Paris. in the rear parking lot of the apartment building in their vehicle and attempted to interview Beach. Beach was uncooperative and stated he would not answer any questions unless it was with his attorney or probation officer. On 3/9/2022, Deputy U.S. Marshal Tufts and I made contact with Beach at the Hillsborough County Probation and Parole Office. I asked Beach to tell us about Adam asking for a U-Haul. Beach stated he recalled it was around wintertime, late 2019, early 2020. He had run into Adam on the street in the area of Union Bridge at the convenience store. Adam continued to say, quote, "I fucked up. I'm so fucked." Beach stated Adam wouldn't tell him what he meant when he said, "I fucked up. I'm so fucked." Beach stated he was with Brittany Bedard, and Adam was with Kayla and their 2 boys. Beach asked if he had ever seen Harmony, and he said he had not. Adam asked them to rent a U-Haul and recalled Brittany asking Adam to rent. Brittany recalled Adam renting Adam a box truck from the U-Haul in South Willow in Manchester. Beach stated they left there, and the next day Brittany called U-Haul to make sure Adam had returned it, and he had. Beach stated he never heard or seen Harmony, and he only knew Adam to have 2 boys. Beach stated that Adam and Kayla were living on the 2nd floor of an apartment on Union Street at the time of the U-Haul incident. Beach was asked if he ever knew Kayla and Adam to have a car, and he stated he never saw them with a car. Beach was asked why he hadn't been cooperative initially, and he stated once he saw things in the news, he put 2 and 2 together and thought maybe it was related. As I continued to ask Beach questions, Beach then asked what I was getting at and stated he wanted an attorney. On 4/20/2022, Detective Ray Hill and I interviewed Bobby Johnson, date of birth 8/10/81, an inmate at the Hillsborough County of Corrections, who wished to speak with us about the Harmony Montgomery investigation, specifically in regards to Travis Beach. Johnson has known Beach for 7 to 8 years. Johnson stated he had a conversation with Beach a few weeks prior at the end of March or beginning of April 2022. Johnson stated they were at a drug house getting high and smoking crack. Beach stated he had something to tell Johnson that was eating at him. Beach stated Adam Montgomery was one of his best friends. Johnson stated Johnson stated also present at the time was Beach's girlfriend, Jenna Lee Paris. Beach stated Adam called him and came over to his place, and Adam said he fucked up and that he did wrong and needed his help. Johnson stated Beach's girlfriend then stopped him from saying anything further to Johnson about Adam's statements. Johnson stated the tone of the conversation was that Beach was going to say that Adam unalived the child and disposed of the body. He stated Beach was saying Adam was with him for a few days to help him get rid of stuff. Beach stated they drove around the county, for the next few days getting rid of stuff. Johnson stated that Beach never mentioned body parts, but it was stuff wrapped in plastic or plastic bags. Johnson also mentioned Adam asking for tools and supplies. It included blankets and tarps from Beach. Jenna Lee told Beach not to talk further because it could get him in trouble.
Awesome.
Thank you for subscribing, Claudette. Beach also stated to him that the police had been looking for him to ask him information. I asked who else was there during the conversation, and he stated Beach, Jenna Lee, and himself. Johnson added that he believed Beach mentioned the west side of Manchester as areas they went, and possibly a street starting with the letter C. Johnson also believed Beach was driving when all this happened. So an informant came forward, or an inmate came forward as an informant, said, hey, Beach drove this U-Haul. On 4/21/2022, Detective Ray Hill and I interviewed Travis Beach at the New Hampshire State Prison with his probation officer, Officer Wright. Beach stated that Adam requested he rent a U-Haul. Beach did not have a license, so he used Brittany to rent the U-Haul for them. Beach stated that Adam and Kayla were picked up from the Orange Street, Union Street area. He stated that they had children with them, but only 2. Beach believed that the weather was starting to get warm, but there was snow on the ground, and that this was potentially inside February-March 2020 timeframe. Beach stated he was staying at the Comfort Inn at this time, and that Adam and Kayla were staying at the Econo Lodge. He advised that during this time when Adam was requesting a U-Haul, Adam approached Beach saying he fucked up. He believed this to be after the U-Haul was rented. Adam never told Beach what he needed the U-Haul for, and Beach never asked. Beach advised that Adam told him he was having problems with DCYF, and that was why they were staying at the Econo Lodge. Prior to the investigation concluding, Beach signed a consent to search his Facebook account after stating he and Adam use this platform to communicate. Beach provided us his login information, and a preservation was completed for his account, which I identified as Facebook account TDBeach618. After the preservation was completed, I attempted to log into the account, but the login did not work. In her 6/3/2022 proffer, Kayla explained the reason that she said the last time she saw Harmony was when Adam dropped her off to work at Dunkin' Donuts, because Adam told her to say that time frame, and to say that Adam wasn't returning Harmony to Harmony's mother. She said, in essence, that Adam told her she wouldn't get in trouble if she just stuck to this story. On 6/9/2022, Detective Rahill and I conducted a voluntary interview with Nicole Giles, 131-1978, a former tenant of 177 Lake Ave in Manchester. Giles lived at the address during the time period when Adam and Kayla lived there, and she was an associate of theirs. Giles remembered going to the Econo Lodge to see Kayla and Adam during the time they were living at 644 Union. She advised she did not go in the hotel room, but believed she dropped something off to them. She also believed this was odd that they were renting a hotel while Eddie Tufts of the U.S. Marshals and I were in Daytona Beach, Florida, to locate Brittany Bedard. With the assistance of the Daytona Beach Police Department, Bedard was located and agreed to a voluntary interview. We explained to Bedard why we wanted to speak with her, and she remembered going to Adam and Kayla's at 644 Union and playing with one of their children. She was able to pull up a photo she took during that time on her phone. The photo was timestamped 6:02 p.m. on 3/1/2020. Metadata also showed the photo with a GPS location of 644 Union, and Bedard provided us with her email address at that time. Bedard believed that around that time frame, she had rented a hotel room at the Econo Lodge. She stated she believed she tried to rent a room at the Comfort Inn, but did not end up renting it due to having to put a large deposit on the room. She believed she was refunded for the room and that they went to the Econo Lodge to rent a room. Bedard stated that when they were at the Comfort Inn with Adam, Kayla, and their kids, she remembers seeing a CMC bag in between Kayla's two children and a stroller. How could all these people? I can't. Bedard remembered staying on the 3rd or 4th floor at the Econo Lodge, facing the parking lot in a room with one queen bed. Detective Rahill was able to get the hotel room information for Brittany Bedard, which showed she had rented 2 rooms for 2 nights on 3/3 and 3/4 of 2020, one being 2/16 and the other one being 3/13. Detective Rahill later went to the Econo Lodge and confirmed room 313 was on the front parking lot side and had a queen bed. Room 216 was on the back and had 2 queen beds. Bedard believed at some point she and Beach went to the U-Haul location on South Willow to rent the U-Haul. She said she was in a vehicle, possibly her mother's, and went into U-Haul to pay for the transaction. She believed it was around $30. She claimed she did not rent the U-Haul due to her not having a valid license. She thought that a taller, skinny male rented the U-Haul. She was unsure if it was Adam. She stated she did remember Adam driving the U-Haul sometime after it was rented. She believed Adam dropped her and Beach off at a 7-Eleven, possibly on Queen City Avenue in Manchester. Bedard thought the rental was a smaller 10-foot box truck due to the fact that she had to sit on the ground between the driver and front passenger. Bedard claimed this was the only time she was in the U-Haul. Additionally, Bedard remembered the U-Haul being parked along the backside of the Econo Lodge along the building on the north side. On 6/30/2022, Detective Rahill received signed contract agreements for 2/29/2020 to 3/5/2020 from Dan Goulmet, who is the executive assistant at U-Haul. The contracts were specifically for 10-foot contracts, plural, were specifically for 10-foot box trucks and vans due to the fact that Travis and Brittany believed the U-Haul was rented to have been a box truck. But Kayla said it was a van. Detective Rahill was able to locate a rental that had the name Travis Beach as an additional contact. That rental began on 3/3/2020 at 5:49 p.m. and ended on 3/4 at 1:47 p.m. The rental was from the 515 South Willow Street location in Manchester. It was rented by Brendan Middleton. Date of birth, 2/14/96. It should be noted that according to the Manchester Police Department's in-house information on file, I know that Middleton is reportedly 6 feet tall and 175 pounds, which is consistent with the taller, skinny white male described by Bedard. The total rental mileage was approximately 133 miles, and it was $32.49 with an additional charge of $104.74, which, according to Goulmet, was never paid. Information from U-Haul showed that the $32.49 was paid by a MasterCard. And then they have the partial number. A subpoena was sent to PayPal on 7/20/2022 for Brittany Bedard's account information. On 7/27/2022, I received information from PayPal confirming the MasterCard used to rent the U-Haul was Brittany's. Goulmet was able to provide me with the vehicle information for the above referenced U-Haul rented by Middleton. The vehicle was a 2019 GMC Savannah AZ registration AJ78147. And then they state the VIN number. The GMC Savannah is a cargo van consistent with the vehicle described by Kayla. The vehicle is no longer in custody of U-Haul and was since sold at auction on or about 5/14/21. Ooh, let me come into chat and see what you guys are thinking. Are you guys still here? Oh my gosh, 433 of you are here listening to this horrible story. I know Portland pie, like pie, just will never have the same meaning again, right? Ooh. Okay, let's keep going. Interview of Brandon Middleton. On 7/6/2022, Detective Davenport and I made contact with Brendan Middleton at his address in Manchester. Prior to meeting, I spoke with Middleton on the phone and stated I needed him to speak to him about a U-Haul. Middleton stated he had rented a U-Haul for a friend a while back. Middleton ultimately stated that he had picked up Travis Beach and his girlfriend, who later confirmed was Brittany Bedard, at the Econo Lodge a couple years back at night when it was dark out. Middleton stated he drove them to the U-Haul to rent a U-Haul. See, now this girl, this chick, Brittany, said that she drove her mom's car there. What? Are they all liars?
Objection.
Yeah.
Okay, so they state Middleton said he drove them to U-Haul to rent a U-Haul because they needed to move furniture or something along those lines. Beach and Bedard did not have IDs or a debit, but they just said they used her debit. So Middleton helped them rent either a U-Haul van or a small box truck using his debit card, which he stated would be a Bank of America debit card. Middleton stated he then drove the U-Haul vehicle to the gas station right next to U-Haul, and Beach and Bedard drove his car and followed. Middleton stated from the gas station he was unsure which of them drove off with the U-Haul, where it was taken or what it was used for. I asked Middleton how he would communicate with Beach, and he stated usually through Facebook or text message. Subsequently, I completed a search warrant for one of Beach's Facebook accounts and discovered communication about the U-Haul rental between Travis Beach and a deleted Facebook account identified as a bunch of numbers. The 5803 account, which is known through this investigation to have been used by Adam Montgomery. Previously, a search warrant was obtained for the 5803 account, but according to Facebook, it was deleted. And what? And no relevant content is available? Okay, we need to talk about this because I've always understood that Facebook kept everything. So they put a search warrant out to Facebook, aka Meta, and Facebook said it was deleted and no relevant content is available. Get the fuck on out of here, Zuckerberg.
You know Don's full of shit.
Travis Beach had a couple conversations about assisting renting a U-Haul on 3/3. with Teresa Morrill. I mean, all these people. And the Facebook account, Backwards Boy Audit. At 11:21 Eastern Standard Time, Teresa Morrill asked Travis if he was moving after he asked about the U-Haul. Beach stated no. Adam... What was that noise? Did you guys hear that? Or was that just me? Did you guys hear that shit? Because I just heard something. Where am I getting sound from? Let me know if you guys heard that. I just heard like a man talking. Yeah, but I didn't think that if you deleted your Facebook that they didn't keep record of it. I thought they had like this record. You guys heard that too? What was that? That was weird. You guys all heard? Okay, so I'm not going crazy. I don't know where the hell that came from. That was weird. Okay, maybe it was oh, maybe it was this.
You're awesome.
No, it wasn't that. I heard a guy's. Yeah, I heard that too. Weird. Let me know what it said, Flo. Okay, so on 3/2/2020, Beach stated that the 5803 account. So they got the records from other people's messages, and stated, quote, "Yo, we have her ma's whip. Call me ASAP." Short time later, they had a call that lasted approximately 2 minutes. Travis Beach also had a conversation with the Facebook account Jun Person. On 3/3/2020, Beach stated that he was in room 313 at the Econo Lodge. This information is consistent with the rental in room number. Below is a conversation from Beach's Facebook between Beach and the 5803 account, here referred to as Adam, on 3/3 and 3/4. Adam, yo, if you are awake, call me. We need to talk. Travis, hey, can we use the U-Haul for like 10 minutes? Then Adam missed a call from Travis. Travis missed a call from Adam. Then Adam says, no, what's up, bro? Hit me up. Then Travis missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 calls from Adam. Travis, yo, please let me know when I can come by and grab my stuff because we only have the car till 1:30. Thank you, Bubba. Then Adam missed a call from Travis. There are then calls, video chats between Adam and Travis, which are short. Travis, pro, what U-Haul did you drop it off? Oh, bro, what U-Haul did you drop it off at? Because he just got a text saying the van was supposed to be back at 2. So please let me know what the fuck is going on. ASAP. Adam, I dropped it off on a Willow, my word. Adam, please don't message me stuff like this on Facebook again. Travis, okay, my bad. Won't happen again, Bubba. Then Travis missed a call from Adam. And then Adam said, yo, bro, can you please call me? I need to talk to you. It's very important. Please call me. All right, Flo, what did the man say? He said he had been. Is that what that voice said? Yeah, Don's full of shit. That was my soundbite. No, this was me, guys. This.
You know Don's full of shit.
No, that one was me. But I heard something other than that. 437 watching, but only 172 likes? What's going on? Hit that like button. Put that DNA on that like button, yo. No, that was me. There was another voice I heard. Maybe I'm hearing things. Travis Beach's proffer interview. On 8/9/2022, a proffer interview was conducted with Travis Beach with his attorney present. During the interview, he confirmed reconnecting with Adam and Kayla at the Mall of New Hampshire in Manchester. He stated that over approximately one week period, he and Brittany went over to Adam and Kayla's to use drugs. Beach stated this was right before he turned himself into his probation officer on 3/5/2020. Beach stated Adam asked him for help in person renting a U-Haul, and he and Brittany assisted in doing so. Beach confirmed the U-Haul was rented on South Willow. Once the vehicle was rented, it was brought to the Econo Lodge by Beach and Brittany Bedard, where the keys were turned over to Adam. Beach denied driving the vehicle after the keys were turned over to Adam. Beach confirmed during the interview that he would communicate with Adam through Facebook. Manchester Department of Transportation records for U-Haul. I received information on 7/22/2022 from the Massachusetts Department of Transportation regarding 3 toll violations, including the above referenced U-Haul. So then they had 3 things at the Tobin Bridge local, north, south, and then north again. 4:41, 4:45, and 5:25 a.m. on March 4th of 2020. And these times are consistent with the time frame described by Kayla. The information from MassDOT included photographs at the time of the violations. The photographs for all 3 violations show a U-Haul with the Arizona license plate. Some of the photographs also show the windshield from the front. However, it is not possible to identify any occupant or tell how many are in there. Employees from MassDOT have explained to me that the top half of these photos is intentionally and automatically distorted for privacy reasons, and that the original unblurred version have been deleted. Below are photographs from MassDOT of the front and back of the U-Haul from 5:25 a.m. toll violations. Forensic testings of locations where Harmony's body was stored. Now, we remember these search warrants they did over the years. They took that refrigerator straight out of that apartment. They took the whole damn fridge. And he put her in a mini fridge, you guys, in a hotel, no less. Well, I'm glad you heard it too, Candace. Okay, we are almost done, guys. This has been a lot, but I appreciate you guys sticking around and listening and hearing through this. As noted previously, because this dude's going on trial, I think, in October. So we're going to be able to follow this trial in October. As noted previously, the U-Haul van Adam used was sold at auction. The current owners of the U-Haul van were identified as Robert Bob Wood, date of birth 7/3/55, and his son, Joshua, 2/27/83, both of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Bob and Joshua Wood consented to a search of the van, which had been repurposed for use in their business, Wood's Cleaning Services. On 9/11/2022, Manchester detectives traveled to Lancaster to process the van. The van was processed with Blue Star, which is a chemical agent used to detect hemoglobin on surfaces where it might not be visible to the naked eye. When the van was processed with Blue Star, there appeared to be a reaction on the right side of the interior step of the driver's side, a faint reaction on the passenger's side floorboard, and 2 reactions approximately halfway up the back of the passenger's seat along the side of the seat closest to the door. Each of these areas was swabbed, and the swabs are pending further forensic testing. On 6/14/2022, 644 Union Street, number 2, Manchester was searched. Multiple items were seized. One item was the sole refrigerator in the apartment, which was a standard over-under refrigerator unit. And that's what we were just talking about. We watched them live. We watched them remove that from that apartment. And we were like, what is going on? Is she in it? Is she in it? But she was not. Now we know she was not. Well, these people are all drug users. So you have to imagine they're all going to be shady and they're all going to participate in shady shit because they're all on drugs. Can you imagine being this father and son just trying to run a business, a cleaning business, and they have this van that this POS put his dead baby in? Sick. These poor people. There were some indications from the owner of the 644 Union Street that the refrigerator may not have been the same refrigerator. Oh, shit. However, he was unable to definitively say if it was a different refrigerator. On 9/8/2022, Manchester detectives processed the seized refrigerator with Blue Star. There appeared to be a small reaction to the Blue Star on the bottom right of the interior of the refrigerator and 3 circular reactions together with some smaller on the bottom of the interior of the refrigerator. They were swabbed and are pending further forensic testing. As noted previously, records show that Brittany Bedard rented 2 rooms, 216 and 313. In addition, messaging from Travis Beach's Facebook shows that he and Bedard were in 313. This means that it was likely that Adam and Kayla were in 216. This room faced the rear, which is consistent with information from Kayla about the room they stayed in. On 7/11/2022, Manchester detectives went to the Econo Lodge to search room 216 on consent from the owner of the hotel and the general manager. The search focused on the mini fridge in the room based on Kayla's statements that the maternity bag with Harmony's body was placed in the mini fridge. The mini fridge was processed with Blue Star, which showed small, quick reaction underneath the interior freezer space. A small, quick reaction on the area of the interior door where it has can holders, and a small, quick reaction on the bottom of the door. Each of these areas was swabbed, and the swabs are pending further forensic testing. To date, Harmony's remains have not been located. Conclusion. Based on the foregoing facts and circumstances, there is probable cause to believe that Adam Montgomery committed the crimes of second-degree murder, tampering with witnesses and informants, falsifying physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. Therefore, I respectfully request that a warrant be issued against Adam Montgomery, date of birth 1/22/1990, for the following charges. 1 count of second-degree murder, and that he recklessly caused the death of Harmony Montgomery, a person under 13, under circumstances manifesting an extreme indifference to the value of human life, by repeatedly striking Harmony Montgomery on the head with a closed fist. And B, 1 count of tampering with witnesses and informants, in that he, believing that an official proceeding or investigation was pending or about to be instituted, purposely attempted to induce or otherwise cause Kayla Montgomery to testify or inform falsely. And C, 1 count of falsifying physical evidence, in that he believed that an official proceeding or investigation pending, he purposely altered, destroyed, concealed, or removed the body of Harmony Montgomery with a purpose to impair its verity or availability in such proceeding or investigation. And D, 1 count of abuse of corpse, and that he purposely and unlawfully removed, concealed, or destroyed the corpse of Harmony Montgomery or any part thereof. Signed under penalty of perjury. Dated October 21st, 2022, Detective John Dunleavy, Manchester Police Department. We made it through. I have very little words to say about these people. I don't even know how to take in what we just read, you guys. That was a lot. Let's see. Well, blood in a hotel mini fridge would be a little different than like a home fridge. Let's see when his trial starts so we can get this on our calendar and be ready for it, because this sumbitch. So he was found guilty. So Adam Montgomery was on trial for the weapons charges. He was found guilty of all charges in his weapons theft trial. But now he's going to face, it's November of this year. And I don't know if we have a date. Let me see. I'm not seeing a date in November. We'll have to look that up. But he is coming up on trial in November of this year. And I can't think of anybody else who deserves to be on trial for the unaliving of this beautiful little girl. What is wrong with people? Good morning, Miss Ambrose. I know, it makes me feel sick to my stomach, too. It really does. It's disgusting. Cheryl T says, shit, I got plenty of words. Streamlabs will be blocking me. Well, you guys, I don't know. Crazy stuff. I got to figure out who that male voice was talking in my ear. So that's little Harmony. And we waited a long time for this to come out. I just don't know what the solution is, guys. Like, CPS dropped the ball. They didn't check on this girl for 2 years. You've got everyone in her life on drugs. It's really sick. Hello, Suzanne. Sick and evil people, says Bonnie's Journeys. I agree with you. What's happening, Trixie's Creations, for you? Susan Innes, Harmony Montgomery's bio mom, was in jail for drugs. When bio mom got out of jail, she could not find her daughter. Well, that's problem number one. No one's innocent in this. I'm sorry. Any adult who has a child in their care and they make the conscious decision to do drugs and they go to jail for it, that was the start of the end for this little girl, in my opinion. Just Mike's. This isn't people with a drug problem more. So it's problem people that use drugs. They had too many moments to stop and they just acted to protect their own selves. Sickening. I agree. So are there any charges being brought against the mother? Let's see. I know Kayla, she made a deal. So all these people, well, the ones that did the proffer meetings got deals. Let's see what is going on with her. Here, let's go back to our boob tube for a second. And I'll fill you guys in. All right. So it says here she pled guilty. Let's see. November 18th, 2022, she pled guilty to perjury and she was sentenced to prison. So let's see what's going on here. Probably going to have an ad first. When I watched YouTube, I watched J is for Justice. That's what he's saying, by the way. So give her a like. Just kidding. Yes, we all love her. She gets screwed by YouTube every day. Support her. Okay, here we go.
To court in Prison Orange, her hands shackled, to strike a deal to testify.
Oh, shit. What just happened?
Against estranged husband Adam Montgomery. He's accused of killing his 5-year-old daughter Harmony.
Look at his eyes. He is evil.
Testify against estranged husband Adam Montgomery. He's accused of killing his 5-year-old daughter Harmony. Kayla had been interviewed by Manchester police back in December of 2021, just days after the investigation into the disappearance of Harmony Montgomery began. She was subpoenaed to testify before a grand jury in May to repeat what she'd said about seeing Harmony for the last time in November of 2019.
While under oath, the defendant testified initially that a day or two after Thanksgiving of 2019, Adam dropped her, the defendant, off at work, and Harmony and the other 2 children were in the car.
And she lied.
The defendant testified that at that time, Adam said he was bringing Harmony to Harmony's mother.
caught in two lies, not about her estranged husband or Harmony, but about the time and place she said she was working.
Kayla Montgomery testified falsely regarding the time of the prior work shift. How do you plead to that? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
The two felonies carry a sentence of 3.5 to 7 years each. She'll be eligible for parole in a year and a half.
A year and a half.
No, obviously
this bitch helped move Harmony's body. She sat there. I know Kayla's not her mom. I know. Kayla's a stepmother. They're all pieces of shit, in my opinion. No one cared more about the kids than they did about themselves. This bitch is going to get out in a year and a half. She just admitted, we just read that she sat in the bathroom and watched and helped Adam shove this baby girl into a bag. I don't know what's going on with the bio mom. I don't think she's being charged with anything because she wasn't there.
Liked to not to have to do any jail time, but she
Really? She'd like to not do... Fuck her! She'd like to not do jail time?
7 years each. She'll be eligible for parole in a year and a half.
Obviously she would have liked to not to have to do any jail time, but she recognized the situation she was in. She recognized the state's perspective, and she struck what she thought was a fair deal for herself.
Her defense attorney says he can't talk about whether or not Kayla Montgomery knows where Harmony Montgomery's body can be found. He says whatever we know, we'll hear at trial. We're live in Manchester. Jennifer Crompton, WNUR.
Okay, well, we know more than we did when they put this out on November 18th of last year. But this girl is getting a year and a half. She probably will get out sooner than that. Perjury and everything else. Let's see what her plea agreement is. She pled guilty to 2 counts of perjury.
The stepmother,
that's it.
Montgomery, Kayla is expected to plead guilty to 2 counts of perjury.
It's a way to kind of take her trial off the docket and then schedule a plea and sentencing hearing.
Court documents say Kayla will take responsibility for making 2 false material statements to a grand jury in May of this year. Legal analyst Patricia LaFrance says that Kayla using what's known as a sentencing addendum with the plea is rare.
A specific sentencing addendum like this, clearly it indicates that she is cooperating and she's expected to give testimony in any case pending before the court.
One of the cases that she could testify in is her estranged husband, Adam Montgomery's, who's charged with murdering Harmony along with other crimes. LaFrance says now that Kayla has agreed to fully cooperate, it could lead to more information in Adam's trial.
They did not specifically mention Adam Montgomery in her sentencing addendum. It's presumed that she would most likely have some information.
However, Kayla now admitting that she's had problems telling the truth in the past, LaFrance thinks that any defense will use this against Kayla's credibility.
I would anticipate that if she is put on the witness list, for Adam Montgomery or anybody else, then the defense would definitely seek to at least be allowed to question her about...
Which we know they did. She did 2 proffer interviews. Proffer. That was a new term for me today. But I just want to say, let's go back to our main screen. Yes, I know that she has a brother that's been adopted, but a mother who's on drugs and goes to jail is not a good mother, in my opinion. Okay? That's not a good mom. And when you're in jail, you can make phone calls, right? I mean, like, I don't have a whole lot of sympathy for people who do drugs and end up in jail and lose custody of their kids. I don't think that that's commendable at all. I can't defend someone who went to jail and lost custody of her daughter and her daughter ended up deceased. That's where the failure started, in my opinion, is that the mother should have been taking care of her daughter. And then the daughter got taken away because she couldn't get herself together. Right? So then the kid gets taken away from the mom because the mom couldn't have her shit together. So then the kid gets taken to get given to the piece of shit father because the mother couldn't keep her shit together. And then this happens. And, you know, I don't want to blame CPS because ultimately, as a mom, I'm responsible for my kids, right? I can't let this lady off the hook. I mean, thank God her other kid got adopted out and has a good life. Thank God. But still, if she ended up in jail and lost custody, that's not commendable at all. I don't have sympathy for any of them. You know who I have sympathy for? Harmony Montgomery. The little girl that was punched because she was peeing and pooping her pants because she was scared. But let's not forget what put Harmony in harm's way. Was it her mother doing drugs and going to jail and her being handed over to her drug-addicted father? I mean, who are we going to blame here? When do we put accountability on parents for taking care of their own kids? Exactly. Where's Summer? I mean, look at Where's Summer. That is, your name says it all. Look at Summer Wells. The biological parents are always the number one failure of what happens to their children. Ultimately, we are responsible for our kids. And if we fail that, then that's on them. If you can't stay clean enough to take care of your kids, that's on you. And I do feel bad for people that become addicted, but when you have small children, I'm sorry, they trump any sympathy I have for any grown adult. Playing games, moving this baby's body around, and this Kayla gets 1.5 years. There's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with the fact that we can't investigate these cases without making deals with the devils. Because these people are all the devil, in my opinion. But Angie, you stepped in and took care of your kids, of your grandkids. And you are an angel for that, Angie B. I just want you to know that. Angie B takes care of her grandkids because their parents couldn't hold it together. Angie B is an angel to her grandkids. Because this really could have, you know, your situation, Angie, could have went so many different ways. But because you're there and you're the stable in their life, they're able to grow and they're able to blossom like they should. So Angie B, man, I don't have a hat on, but my hat is off to you, girl, because I know it's not easy. Johnny Cuddy, the Kayla is the stepmother. So she was married to Adam. And for anybody who's raising their grandkids because, you know, the kids couldn't keep it together, I commend you. Because as grandmas, we're like second moms. So where was the biological mother's mother? Where were the biological mother's aunts? Where were all these people who should have loved this little girl? Where were Harmony's grandparents? Because they didn't step in like you did, Angie. And thank God you did. And thank God for everybody else who steps in and cares for children that aren't being cared for otherwise. I think that there's just so much with these kids. Aw. Angie, I don't want you to cry, but it's true. And I know that you go through a lot and you're tired and it's hard, man. I mean, I get my 4-year-old granddaughter and when she leaves, I'm like, oh, I need a nap. You know, I need a nap so bad. Like I'm so tired, but I love it. But I don't know if I could do it every day, you know, and the fact that you do is commendable completely. Exactly, Suzanne. Suzanne says so many people need to start doing their jobs instead of pointing the finger at DCYF, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts and police. We got to look at where the failure for Harmony started. And it started with drug abuse and her parents not being able to hold it together. Let's just put it where it is. And now we have in November, it looks like, thank you, Mike Sanner, on November 20th, we have jury selection in this case. Oh, absolutely. I would do it if I had to. Absolutely. I'm not saying I wouldn't be tired as hell, but I would definitely do it in a freaking heartbeat. Jay over here looking 24 with crayons. I definitely don't feel 24. Little Miss E404. My daughter is 4, and I feel like her and Harmony look a lot alike. It's part of why this case gets to me so much. That little baby deserves so much better. I agree, Little Miss E. She was an adorable little girl. Let's show some more pictures of Harmony, because that's what this is about. And, you know, so many people would have wanted to adopt this little girl. Her little brother got adopted out, and I think he's with a gay couple, and they have other kids too. They adopted other kids. So her brother is being taken care of, but unfortunately, Adam felt like, you know, here's mom and dad right here. I'm going to show you guys pictures. All right, here's mom and dad. Oops. And little Harmony. Okay. Mom, dad, little Harmony. And here's another one of Harmony, which is super cute. God, she was so cute. I just don't know how evil son of a bitches can hurt little kids, especially little girls. Like, they're so innocent and little, and I just don't know how. You would have to be a monster. And I know a lot of it's the drugs too, but man, I just have a hard time making excuses for it. Yeah, and they did place her with her dad, and they said that her dad seemed to have it together then. He was married and he had a few kids, but did they really check him out before they gave Harmony to him? Did they really check him out? Mike Sanner, June 8th, 2023. Adam Montgomery is found guilty of all counts in his weapons trial, the most serious charges being an armed career criminal, carrying minimum sentences of 10 years in prison. Yeah, this dude isn't going anywhere. He isn't going anywhere. But if you watched his arms trial, oh my God, you guys, the people that they were surrounding themselves with, holy hell, those poor kids. Those poor kids. But I have no sympathy for this mother who was on drugs and went to jail and then didn't know where her kid was for years. I'm sorry. There's a problem. There's something wrong there. There's definitely something wrong there. Because if Kayla and Adam were on drugs, I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to find them, considering they're on drugs. I just feel like years and years? I don't know, man. Adam is a coward for hitting a child. I hope he gets the same treatment in jail and prison. Yeah, they actually described that he was driving the car and she had an accident and he reached behind him and was punching her. It was Harmony's brother's adoptive fathers that got Harmony's case started. They are the real heroes for Harmony. Facts. I didn't know that. So they must have found out from Kayla when she gave her other kid up Plus, this woman's just giving her kids up like they're fucking prizes. Here, you want this one? Take this one. You want this one? Take this one. Sick. Sick, in my opinion. Not sure where he got that tattoo. I don't know. I don't know anything about his past, or if he has a past. I don't know. But yeah, they both look like doozies to me. There is no excuse, says Shy 420. I agree with you. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. We have covered Harmony Montgomery. Now we wait until November 20th for jury selection in this case. Justice for this little girl is all we can hope for now because they can't bring her back. So all we can hope for is justice in this case. And with that being said, I want to thank everybody for being here. Please lay your DNA on the like button on your way out. I am going to ask right now if there's any birthdays in the house. If we have any birthdays, make yourself known because we're going to celebrate you. Let me know. I know yesterday we had someone who had a birthday today. Flo, thanks, I guess. Harmony's brother adopted fathers wanted to adopt Harmony also and tried to keep in contact with Harmony. That's when they started asking questions because they could not get in touch with her. Who is the dad of the kid that the guys adopted? Who's the dad? Is it also Adam? Because doesn't someone have to sign off their rights in order to adopt a kid out? Like, who's the father of, before we end here, if you guys know, who's the father of the other kid that this chick right here gave up for adoption? Because they would have to obviously sign off their rights, correct? So I'm wondering who the daddy is of the other kid. Is it Adam? Let me know if you know. Your son's 21st is on Friday. That's awesome. I love you too, Cheryl. It is hard. This is one of the hardest things I've ever read. Central Valley in Cali. Hey, Shy. To Shy. I'm just waiting to see if you guys know who the biological father is of the adopted brother. Or if she had kids with other people. I don't know what these people have done. There's no telling, man. Or maybe maybe they both lost rights. That's true. I just didn't know if he was if he was the dad of this other child who she adopted out. That was the half brother, so a different dad. I just wondered if the boy who was adopted out, Harmony's brother, had the same dad as Adam. All right, well, for the 21st birthday of your son, because I'm so excited. I love playing the birthday video. It always puts me in a good mood. So here we go. Happy birthday. Happy 21st birthday to your son. You didn't say his name. So happy 21st. Be safe. Don't get too crazy. Here you go.
Go, shorty. It's your birthday.
So have a happy birthday. Anybody who's got a birthday out there, replay crew, make yourself known in the comment section and let us know what you think of this if you didn't catch the live. Thank you for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow. And don't forget, tomorrow at 6 p.m., we are doing a Patreon live. We're going over Corey Richins, who is going to be on trial for the murder of her husband via fentanyl. Crazy ass case. So we're going to go over that tomorrow in Patreon, and I will be live here tomorrow. We will see each other then. Stay safe and dance this mofo out.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn.
For donuts.
I flashed and said, wow, pretty far out.
You wanna be with me. You wanna feel real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but I wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that.
There's a lot of buttons we have to cover, and I'm like, let's keep buttons together.
You're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Is it one Jennifer or two Jennifers?
Bye, Jennifer.